I definitely want to talk to you about this project with yourself and Walter Clay. I want to talk to you about that in a few minutes. But first things first, how did you get into being a hip hop artist?
Well, I mean, I've always been a part of a part of the culture. I mean, I always loved hip hop. I always loved rap music. As as young as 4 or 5 years old. Probably the first hip hop album I ever so I ever had the pleasure of like listening to was either the Chronic or the first Wu-Tang album. And as everybody who is part of the culture already knows, those two albums right there are very, very, very monumental and very, very important for the culture. And I'm glad that I got to soak up game, pretty early by listening to, by listening to those people. And I moved. I'm originally from Stanford, Kentucky, but I moved to Lexington in '99. And going through as I got a little bit older, going through middle school and high school, when it came to hip hop or when it came to rap music or anything that was coming out, I know that some of the homies I went to school with, we always like to stay really, really close to the culture. Even in elementary school, anything that was hip hop oriented, whether it was the music, whether it was fashion or whatever it was, we wanted to stay close to the culture. But as far as, being a rapper and everything, I've been writing raps ever since, I was, like a preteen or whatever. But I actually started taking the music stuff seriously back in 2012. So I've only been seriously rapping for like, 7 years. And about about 5 years ago, I became acquainted, with some people that, gave me my, my first opportunity to vocals down on some music. And one person that I really want to give a shout out to is an artist by the name of Rock. His acronym ROC. And it stands for Respect Original Creation. He's a dope artist, out of Lexington, and he's part of a crew called Misguided, which features Marley Carter and Lando B, ran by Marley Johnson. I want to give those people a shout out because they have really they've really been generous, as far as including me in a lot of the things that they've got going on. And, Marley Carter and Lando B, those are my brothers right there. And so I'm glad to do anything with those guys. But I have to give a shout out to Rock for for really, really allowing me to be on his first mixtape and to do a feature for that. And, ever since then, as Dizzee Wallace, man, I've really been trying to make my way around the city. People already know, when it comes to music, anything that I put out, I'm always going to give 110%, 200%, and whatever it is that I do. And I'm an MC. I love lyrics. I really, really treasure lyricism. I treasure, really dope beats. I just love to express myself as somebody who I would sort of consider myself to be a gatekeeper of hip hop culture. I always love to keep it hip hop. I always love to keep it authentic. I always love to keep it real. So that's sort of a little bit of how I got started into the hip hop thing. Without taking too long.
No, you're good, man. I totally feel what you're saying. I grew up listening to the East Coast. Um, a total different path that you took as far as, the first artist. I listened to DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince.
Right.
He's the DJ, I'm the rapper. And that was the first hip hop album I listened to from start to finish. But then I eventually listened to everybody else from the East Coast to the West Coast. But that's here on there. I love the '90s hip hop in the East Coast. You know, Mobb Deep, Wu Tang,
Yeah,
Young J, Young Nas,
yeah,
MOP. Like I watch every time I get home from school. First thing I watch is Rap City the Basement. I was,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Yep.
I was like all over, that channel at that time and watch Big Tigger and doing the freestyles in the booth and with everybody and anybody that you could think was popping at the time and still popping
Yeah,
to
yeah,
this day. Definitely respect your grind. A lot of artists bring something different to the local hip hop scene. You definitely bring something different. You released a record last year called Lex Luthor and the Sounds of Jericho. I've got a chance to listen to that, and it is a remarkable record, and it definitely shows your influences of the artists that you mentioned. So it's so props to you for that. I want to talk a little bit about the Eastwood music video because that was quite the experience. I had a good time there. You talked about Rock and Molly and Lando, obviously, and all those people are in the video for sure. What was that like, man? Just working on that song and just getting to do the music video.
Well, yeah. So the song, me and Marley had been wanting to get on a song. We have been wanting to do a collaboration of some kind for a while, and so me, Marley, and Lando, we decided that we were going to go over to our homie's house by the name of he goes by David Connolly. And David Connolly had a studio set up in his room and everything. And so Marley got the beat for Eastwood from another one of our homies by the name of Keegan Reese. He goes by Merchant, but he's also a producer in Lexington. I don't know if he produces a whole lot of beats anymore. Haven't really kept in touch with him for a minute, but Marley got that beat from Keegan, and David turned that beat on, and we were upstairs in David's room. Like I said, the studio setup was in there, and we just started writing. So Marley did his verse, Lando did his, I did mine, and we sort of came up with the hook together. So we recorded the song that day and end up, releasing it on the streaming platforms maybe about a month later. So, and we had been wanting to get that video done for a while. It took such a long time to get it done because for me, Marley, Lando, our schedules just kept getting in the way. Sometimes that's just what happens, but so it took us maybe about 5 or 6 months to find the time to do the video. And, doing the video on UK campus, that was something that we thought, that we thought that would be, a really good look. A really good look, what I'm saying? We were trying to get as many eyes on the video as possible. And, here around Lexington, in Kentucky, UK is a very, very big staple, UK basketball, UK football, UK athletics is a very big staple in Lexington and Kentucky, whatever. So, so we wanted to get as many eyes on the video as possible. So we said we want to do the video on UK campus. We didn't want to make it totally obvious that, what I'm saying? We didn't want to do anything that was corny or cheesy. We just wanted to make a real dope video with all the homies in it. I was really glad that you came through and And working on that video that day was fun. It was nerve-wracking because there were students walking all over campus and stuff, and they kept interfering with the shoot. Of course, the students got every right to be there because they doing their school stuff, and we're just doing a music video. So, we were probably in their way. But I mean, it was hot.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was a hot day. We trying to keep cool and everything. I made sure that I had on, my whites and everything. I didn't want to wear no dark colors because I probably would have suffered a little bit during that shoot. But overall, that was probably one of the most, fun days that I've had doing anything, music related. It just felt like we were doing something really, really special for the city. And, and that's a day that I will always remember. And once again, I just got to show love. I just got to show love to my brothers, Marley Carter and Lando B. I'm sorry. I have to show love to them. And everybody who was in the video that came through, they were dope. You definitely did your thing in the video as well. And we appreciate that you came through. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
I definitely had a blast, and that have to be one of my favorite highlights of 2019 for sure. And as soon as Molly said something about it, I was like, I'm in. Like, I'm off from work. Yeah. I ain't got to do nothing. It's in the afternoon. It was actually on a Sunday that day, so I had nothing to do. Let me get in there and just and be a part of it. So it was an overall good time for everybody. The music video is on YouTube right now, and the song itself is on digital music platforms. So go stream it. Do what you got to do. Show your support for that record. For you, Dizzee, let's talk about this project. You and Waltre Clay. I know Waltre Clay for a couple of years now. I first saw him at the Foundation, and the dude can rap his butt off.
Man,
yeah. He caught me by surprise. I genuinely respect the dude as an artist and as a human being. So he is that dude. And y'all have collaborated with each other in the past. He was on your Lex Luthor record, couple songs, and now you're about to join forces and put together this collaboration joint called Barry Allen. Talk about the whole process of going through this project and what made y'all two decide to join forces for this record.
Well, see, just like you, I'm trying to remember the first time I met Walt. I've known Walt, for a little over a year now. I first met Walt over at my homie Keegan's house, the same guy that produced Eastwood. I met him over there, and anybody would tell you this about Walt. And this is what I love about Walt. And I'm pretty sure that he won't mind me saying this, but when it comes to hip hop and when it comes to culture and everything, when it comes to the to the aesthetics or whatever, he really doesn't fit that. But what's so crazy is that I've been at shows and everything, and people have watched him perform, and they really couldn't figure out, they really couldn't make out, what was going on. But as soon as he opens up his mouth, he just starts busting. You know what I'm saying? People are just sort of, mesmerized. And the thing that I love about Walt is that, he can not only can he rap really good, but he has his own unique style and his own unique flavor. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely one of the most unique rap artists in Kentucky, period. You know what I'm saying? Definitely on this side. Nobody has his style. The dude switches up his style at least 5 or 6 times in any verse that he does. And and really and truly, that is a gift. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people can do that. Like I said, he knows how to switch up his flow, switch up his cadence, his whole style, everything. And, like I said, on this side, there's nobody that sounds like him. And out of everybody that I've collaborated with so far, me and him are sort of like, kindred spirits when it comes to the microphone. We basically want to attack everything that we touch. And anytime me and him join forces, I feel like we are unbeatable. You know what I mean? I believe that the both of us are unbeatable by ourselves. But when we come together, it's like that double, you know what I'm saying? It's a double-headed monster. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole new monster. And so, anybody that I'm a fan of, I want to collaborate with, and Walt is definitely one of my favorite rappers right now, and I got to give a lot of love to him because he's done a lot of stuff for me in the past, and I always want to return the favor. So shout out to Walt Trey Clay. But but Barry Allen, this whole thing started when, we decided, I came to him asking how he felt about us doing a joint project together. And of course, he was down with that. So we came across, the beat for Barry Allen about a month ago, and we recorded the song over at my homie Chad Davis's studio over at Shower House Studios, and we recorded that song there, and we really needed a really, really good first single, to start off this whole phase of, of our music careers. And so we finished Barry Allen about a few weeks ago. The song isn't out yet. We're going to debut the song on the 17th at Best Friends Bar. And that will be the first time that anybody will hear it. But Barry Allen will be the first single from our upcoming project called Stay Anonymous, and that will be out in a few months. We're really, really excited about that. Barry Allen is a banger. It bangs different. It's not like any other banger that's out there. You know what I'm saying? The production is really, really heavy. It's very, but it fits both of our styles. And of course, me and Walt, we're going to bust on anything, that comes our way. So that'll be out very, very soon. Just stay tuned.
Absolutely. And the show that he was talking about is the Bear Up Showcase, courtesy of Above People Expectations and BEMI Incorporated. That's Mike Bandana's thing. Dilly McCluskey will be there. You will be there. Walt, Mirage, Nimrod, Body Bad Dad, and many other performers. It's at Best Friends Bar. It is this coming Friday. I'm guessing doors open at 9. The music starts at 10. But you never know with these shows. So, but I guess doors open at 9 at least. So the cover price is $5. Go check it out this Friday. Support local hip hop. Support local music, and you get to see Dizzee and Walt debut their new music together for the first time ever. So you get a glimpse of what this Barry Allen project is all about. And I will be there for sure. I definitely will.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
So shout out to Dylan. Shout out to Mike, the Louisville fellas for putting this show. No, aka Jonesy, he'll be there too as well on the ones and twos. So before I let you go, man, I wanted you to go ahead and promote your social media links and where can people hear your songs.
Yeah, on social media, on Instagram, it is Dizzee Wallace 91. You find me on Instagram. Go on there and give me a follow. I would really, really appreciate that. On Twitter, it is at Dizzee Wallace.